feeling cold against your skin. Running through the chaos, letting all the sin. Temptation in a bottle, ready for the night. Craving for the thrill, it's time to ignite. Dark desires burning bright. Echoes in the dead of night. No retreat, no looking back on this heart attack.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, how are you? Good to be back. The YouTube screwed up the time. It changed it to 3:30. It was supposed to be 2:30. It is good to see you. I don't know why it did that. Sometimes StreamYard likes to do that. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hey, I think I might be psychic. I think I may be psychic. Yesterday we talked on the show about David and this girl, Celeste. Well, magically today his house was raided. And last night on the show, I was telling you that I thought, being that he would be back in town over this weekend, because that's the next time he was going to be back in town, that they would raid his property or arrest him. That may still happen. And they did. Today, they raided his home. Cops raided it and took away what I saw on the video. They seemed very interested in electronic devices. They were pulling out Apple computers and laptops. They had a laptop with them. Very, very interesting. Looks like they're trying to dig into the background, try and find any evidence of, well, what happened to this girl, really? What happened to Celeste? I think that's what they're trying to find, because the ME report is still stating that they're not sure what happened or how she died, if it is a murder or not. Still undecided. So good to see you all. Hey, good to see you. Marlene says, you are Ping and so is Muffin. Yes, we are Ping and he is Muffin. It's Mrs. Ping's birthday tomorrow. So she's going to go get, what are you going to get? She wants a Cinnabon. So we have a Cinnabon that opened up at the mall just not far from where I live. And she's like, that's what I want for my birthday. So she's going to get a Cinnabon. So she's going to go out and get those. I mean, hopefully they're good. Hopefully they're good. She's going to get the original Cinnabons. Carolina said, I can't figure out why that car was not claimed after being stolen. Didn't the cops call the owner when it was towed? I don't know. That is a good point. Mimi said, I haven't really paid attention to this one. Didn't he say someone stole his car and he was out on tour? I don't think he said anything. He just said he's been out on tour. Hey, Spin, how are you? Hey, Wendy, good to have you guys. Jonna is here. Yeah, happy birthday to Mrs. Ping. Yeah, I didn't hear that. I just heard that it had been dumped. Abandoned is the word that I've heard. So let me play you the update from ABC7 in LA, and then we'll talk more about some of the other details that has crept out over the last 24 hours since I spoke to you. Here we go. Oh. There we go.
New details are coming into our newsroom about the missing girl found dead in singer David's Tesla. We now know police have searched a home in the Hollywood Hills where David had been living.
Eyewitness News reporter Monica Deanda joins us live from Hollywood with the very latest. Monica.
Colleen, Phillip, good morning. Take a look here behind me. This home is where David was living, although he does not own the home. LAPD investigators served a search warrant here last night, collecting evidence. Right now, however, this is only being called a death investigation and not a homicide. And we're told that is because the LA County Medical Examiner's Office is still working to determine how exactly this teen girl died. We now know the body found inside the front trunk of a Tesla at a Hollywood tow yard belonged to 15-year-old Celeste Rivas. The car where she was found registered to David Anthony Burke, a 20-year-old singer who goes by David. Take a look. This video shows crime scene investigators carrying out a laptop and other items from this home on Doheny Place as possible evidence connected to the missing teen's disappearance and death. Police remaining very tight-lipped about the investigation. But we now know this home is where the singer was staying. One neighbor we spoke to remembers seeing that distinct Tesla for a while. First, parked in front of the house police searched, and then at 2 different spots along the street.
It's a little weird to see a car that I haven't seen here for a long time. Had a big dent on it, had a Texas plate on it. So all a little odd, but at the same time, people could be hanging out with friends for a long time.
The victim, 15-year-old Celeste Rivas, was first reported missing from Lake Elsinore in early 2024. Eyewitness News learned she ran away a few times and returned before her last runaway in April of 2024. The teen had not been heard from since until September 8th, when authorities discovered her body inside of that Tesla.
She just seemed very lively and friendly. I just hope that the truth comes out. And
Yeah, that's a friend of hers speaking, saying they hope the truth comes out. I don't think they're the only ones. I think everyone would like for the truth to come out. Now, there were some interesting photos that had, started circulating on social media, including this one here, where it says, Celeste and David, don't let me sleep. And at 3:51 a.m. in the morning, and there's a photo of both of them there. So there is at least some connection between the two of them. Even the mum said her daughter's boyfriend's name was David. You would have a very hard time talking your way out of this one. And I would love to know what the excuses are for you going on tour and a girl that you seem to have association with winding up in your trunk of your car. Like someone said in the chat, you can't put yourself in the trunk of the car. Well, you could, but they probably have a safety mechanism. Most of them now have like a safety pull that you can get out of the trunk. So I don't think that's what happened here. Miss Woozy said they were in a relationship, but some think he was trafficking her. The relationship has basically been confirmed. The trafficking has not. I think the relationship makes a lot of sense. I think even the mom, like I said, she was like, her boyfriend's name's David. Is there 20 Davids that are in this photo? I don't think so. Rachel said, where has she been for over a year? Yeah, I think that's strange too. Has she been with him the whole time? I don't know. But according to an article that came out, the family has spoken out again. Here, I'll bring it up. From the Nightly here. Here's another sort of juxtaposition type photo here. Yeah, there we go. I'll read some of this for you. They're saying the family of Celeste, the missing teenage girl whose body was discovered in the boot of a Tesla, they're saying the family has broken their silence in the wake of the devastating tragedy. I want to get down to the bit where they talk. Here, they say, so they've opened up a GoFundMe. They say, as many of you know, Celeste has been identified as the body found last week. She was a beloved daughter, sister, cousin, and friend. Her family is heartbroken and devastated by this tragic loss. They are seeking help to lay her body to rest. Any funds you are able to donate are greatly appreciated. And they're saying at the time of the reporting, that GoFundMe has raised over $14,000 to help with that. And they're saying here, and then there's an update from the LAPD. At this time, the LAPD does not have a crime classification from the coroner as to the mode or manner of death. And then they say, this is what they said yesterday too. Thus, we do not have any suspect information at this time. No suspect information, eh? I don't know about that. I think we all might have a suspect in mind. Yeah, I'm just trying to find the GoFundMe for her so we can have a look. Yeah. There it is. That's interesting. It's raised $10,146 of their $20,000 target for Celeste. So the family has definitely, started to be a bit more public now. Look, there's a photo of her that looks like a graduation. I don't know whose, maybe hers or a family member's, but there's her at a graduation ceremony. How sad. Very young and ending up in a boot of a car when your life is just getting underway. Very, very sad. Here we go. Hey, good to see you guys. How are you? You can send me footage via the email here. I appreciate it. Good to meet you, by the way. Thank you. I saw the email. All right. Thanks. Thank you. What is it? Oh, okay. All right. Hold on. I will play it for you. Let me grab this. Is it that one? Let's see. Give me a sec, guys. All right, there we go. This is a footage that was just shared by Weeb Nexus. Thank you for sending it to me. What does it prove? Yeah, what do they say? It proves that David was harboring Celeste after she went missing. Okay, let's watch it. Can anyone tell me if the pink girl, the girl in the pink pants, is Celeste? June 27th, 2024 at 10:12 p.m. All right. I may have to pause it because the music, if it's his music. All right. It does look like her, right? That girl in the pink pants definitely seems like her. Yeah, let me pause it and go back. So dating back to when she first went missing, it seems like she's either been around him or near him or associated with him. Let me see. Let's go play it again. It definitely ties that story together about when she went missing, doesn't it? So for people wondering where she's been for a year or more, there, it looks like this. Hey, cat. There's a cat here, by the way. Look. He jumped up a second ago. Miss Woozy said there are screenshots of messages between the brother and someone else where he talks about how he reported all of it and the police didn't take it seriously. All right, hold on. I'm going to move this thing and then I will grab that for you. 1 minute. All right, there we go. I gave him some food and put him in the other room. All right. Miss Woozy said, I can't tell he's serious about his. Yeah. He was like trying to lick my nose before. Okay. Sean said, I don't think it looks like her. I don't know. Yeah, let's have a look. Can we get a clear shot of her? There was a good one before. Hold on. Can we slow it down? Playback speed, 0.5. All right, let's slow it down. There we go. I've slowed it right down so you guys can get a better view. I think it looks like her. Let's see. I think it looks like some of the photos we've seen of her for sure. Like, if you look at this photo here, the one that the family put on the GoFundMe, same type of hair, same type of facial features, like with the nose and the jaw. I definitely think it's her. Wendy said Muffin knows he's the star of the show. He does. All right, let me see if I can find these messages. Let's go here. Let me see if I can find these messages that we can talk about. I was more interested in them raiding his property, but I'll look at messages if people got them. So there is a bit of a message here. I don't know who this live streamer is, but I'll put it up. Actually, they're saying here that they were in a mod in some sort of group or chat at the time. They said they let minors be mods, something, probably a chat maybe for him, David. David also had a relationship with me as well. Not anything sexually, but every time him and Celeste got into it, he would come into my DMs to try cheer me up. She says, I'm 18 as of right now, and nobody tried to listen to me, but he definitely did it, and he's most likely going to end himself or go into a mental institution. Her family also plays a part in this because he did give them the hush money. The hush money. Her mum was illegal, so I think she was scared that if she said something, he would get her out of the country. I can't verify any of that, but it sounds like at least there was some young people orbiting around David. Uh, Grooming, maybe, but orbiting definitely. So there is some funky stuff going on here. Not abnormal. How many times have we heard of anyone with a bit of notoriety or fame start talking to young people that if a portion of their fan base is young girls or young boys, they start talking to, inappropriately and then maybe go further. So it's not. Yeah, I'm just trying to see what these ones are. Someone sent me some more photos. Here we go. So there are these photos. They're saying, did you and your family know of your sister being with him, aka David? Like she was living with him. All of this S is so confusing and disgusting. And then they say, I knew and went to police about it, but lack of evidence, so it was waved off. And then they say it's BS. Now there's 1,000 people backing you up. That won't happen again. So it seems like at least a lot of people within her family circle or close people knew. Yeah, I'll open this in another tab. They say, dude, why does David follow you? All respect to your sister. And I hate how shitty people are being. Was it really him, Jesus? All love, man. And then this person says, yes, it was him because he found my account out of nowhere and followed me. And then they go on to say that they had met him once in person. So definitely some background. That's the brother. Yeah, that would make sense being the context of what we are reading. But yes, lack of evidence. Good work, LAPD. A missing child who we actually have a report on. Then they're told, hey, she's shacking up with this older guy. And the cops are like, sure, we'll get to that eventually, one day, 1 year, 1 decade. Kim says, it must not show the time in my time zone. I'm late. That's okay. You can be late. Hey, Jonna, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. Weave says, we think she dyed her hair pink at some point. That wouldn't be, I mean, girls do that. That is her hair. It does look like her hair. Hey, Nanalana, how are you, my friend? You trying to stay awake longer tonight? All right, guys, hold on. Hey guys, give me like 5 minutes. I'll be back. Just a problem that's occurred. 1 minute. Sorry guys. Sorry about that. She went to go pick up the Cinnabon and they're like, "We don't have an order for you." And she's stressing out over the phone because they were saying to us, "Oh, we don't have an order for you today." And I'm sitting there in my DoorDash thing and it's like there is an order, but it's like it never went to the it just never went to the uh yeah, it never went to the store or something. It's like the store never accepted it. It's for pickup. Yeah, what? Choosing you. Okay. Yeah, it says order scheduled for today. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully she can sort it out. But that was why. What? So Mrs. Ping just messaged me. She's like, they don't use DoorDash anymore. I'm like, I literally have the order in front of me. Like, I don't understand what they're talking about. Like, freaking hell. Hold on, guys. All right. That's okay. I just told her to reorder it and I'll get a refund um from DoorDash. They just told us that they don't have DoorDash. And I'm like, I'm literally staring at a mother effing order on it. What do you mean you don't have it? So people that don't know what they're doing, people who don't run their stores correctly, people are no, they did have it. They saying they don't have it anymore. They're just idiots. Some people are stupid. Like there's actually a lot of stupid people in the world who run their businesses like shit, unfortunately, and screw the customers around. Yeah, I sent her a screenshot. Like it says it's been paid, everything, and the guy's just like, "Oh, well, we don't have an order." We're like, "What? We ordered this yesterday for pickup, so she could have it on her birthday." People are just, people are stupid. I'm just saying that I was just telling her I'll make a complaint to both companies because that's ridiculous. How can you have an open store and then not? Like, how can you accept orders and just be like, oh, we don't know anything about that, even though it has your name, your company, your brand, your everything. I don't know. Anyway, let's get back to the true crime. Sorry about that. She was very upset. She's just like, I'm sitting here and they won't give me the the cinnamon scrolls. Jonas says, yeah, my Uber didn't give me full items in the store, argued with me yesterday when I went to pick it up. Yeah, that's okay. I will contact DoorDash and I will make sure they refund it. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, let's continue. All right, someone sent me another email about David. Let me check it here. Oh, is that the same one that you sent me before? Yeah, let me check what the person from the chat sent. Ah, it's the same one. Okay, cool. So we heard from the brother saying these things to other people. We also saw that footage. I think it is her. I think that looks exactly like the same hair, same jawline, same general look. I definitely think it's her. I don't think there's any you can argue about that. Then you have this background information of like everything tying it together. You're in a very bad situation. You're in a very bad situation. This is not something you can talk your way out of. I was saying on my show last night, he's going to be back in town this weekend in LA in California. That's where his next tour date is in CA. This was a good time, and I reckon the cops have been waiting for him to come back into California, and they're going to pounce. So that's why this morning, raided. And I wouldn't be surprised if something happens before his show tomorrow night. I don't think they want him leaving the state again. At least I wouldn't think so, because in October, he's gone. He's gone to Europe. He's going on his European leg of his tour. So I don't think the cops would want him running away to Europe, where he may just never come back to America, and try to avoid any type of repercussions for this. By the way, I don't know if anyone saw this breaking news, but human remains believed to be that of Travis Deca have been found in the Washington wilderness. We'll get to that in a minute, but I don't know if you just heard that. But that broke just before we got on the air. Also, breaking news about this David thing. Interscope has stopped promoting the artist David amid investigation into slain teen girl found in the trunk of his Tesla. It's now sounding like UMG and Interscope and Sony Music Publishing have stopped all promotion of his ongoing world tour. They're saying insiders pointed out that the musical artist's most recent post came out on September 7, which was also the birthday of Celeste, apparently. Yeah, so apparently they are no longer promoting him amid this death of this young girl who seemed to have some interconnected relationship. Here's another photo of what they're saying is him and her. There was also another one. I'll see if I can find it. There was another post that I wanted to show you. Hold on. David. I can't find it right now, but it basically looked like they were reenacting a murder scene. It was like dressed all in white and bloodstains, and it was very strange. I know it might be artistic, but it was a little odd. Let's see. Apparently, there's also documentation from a Discord server as well. Some screenshots from a Discord server. There's David, and then he's saying, "Is Celeste in here?" And there's another one as well, if I can grab it. So I don't think there's a lot of throwing back we can do on this. It definitely seems like everyone was right on the money with this. Everyone was 100% correct. Yeah, where's that link that I had here? They're saying he has a girlfriend. Pretty sure he's dating right now. And they said, yeah, her name is Celeste. So there you go. They're saying he has a girlfriend and her name is Celeste. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I don't think you can combat this anymore. I think that is basically proven that these two were together. And that's probably where she's been for the last year and a bit. Someone said, drop the one with the missing girl, Celeste, Celeste Rivas. They're saying, drop the song with her in it. I don't think we should be doing that. Jay said, I reckon he will get a body double to lip sync his concerts while he slips over one border or another. Okay. Miss Woozy said, if he did have another girlfriend named Celeste who is older, but he did also date one that was younger called Celeste. I don't know. I hope that's not the case because that would be very strange. I mean, people often have the same names. Okay, let me go here. Yeah, if we don't see an arrest in the next couple of days while he's in LA, I would be asking some very pointed questions at any media press conference that comes out. Because if you let him head out to Europe, that's almost like malpractice. I mean, that girl did not put herself into the boot of that vehicle. She's not like she's like, I'm just going to put myself in here and murder myself. I just don't believe so. All right. I'm going to take you to another update. All right, here we go. Yeah.
More about that teenager who was found dead and decomposing in the trunk of a Tesla that belonged to a New York-born singer who goes by the name David. It's spelled with a 4. Celeste Rivas was just 15 years old when she vanished last year, and tonight authorities are still trying to figure out how she died. ABC's Melissa Don has the latest on the investigation live in LA. Melissa?
Mike, so the singer known as David canceling his concert in Seattle last night. At the same time, LAPD investigators searching a home he's been staying in. Los Angeles police seen outside this Hollywood Hills home executing a search warrant and carrying out a computer and evidence bags. Police say the singer David has been living there, and it's the same neighborhood where a Tesla registered in the singer's name was towed after being abandoned.
It was banged up and kept moving from one place to other place within a couple of blocks from here.
The Tesla was impounded at a tow yard last week, where workers noticed an odor coming from the front trunk, which turned out to be decomposing remains. The LA County medical examiner identifying the body as 15-year-old Celeste Rivas. She had been reported missing more than a year ago. Her neighbors reacting to the gruesome discovery.
I just hope that the truth comes out and she gets justice for what happened to her.
According to the medical examiner, Rivas had a tattoo on her index finger reading shh. While that tattoo is not uncommon with several performers, David has the same tattoo in the same location. 3.8 million followers. He released his debut album in April and has been on tour since August. But his concert last night in Seattle was abruptly canceled. David has still not commented on the case and has not been charged with any crime. Now, the Los Angeles County medical examiner is working to determine how the teenager died and if there was any sort of relationship or connection between her and David.
The Buffalo.
We don't need to watch the Buffalo Bills. I don't think that was a very competitive game for the NFL. So canceling a concert, those concerts cost a fortune to put on too. The investment by probably him, the record label, it's a lot of money and you have to refund everyone as well. That can run into the hundreds of thousands of dollars depending on the venue, how many people, what kind of layout they had to do. And there'll be some people they still have to pay, like they have to pay all the road people, they have to pay all the service people that came in for the night. There you go. Abruptly canceled. I think we're getting to the pointy end of this investigation. I reckon we're going to get an arrest pretty quickly. Jay said maybe someone is framing him. That's what I like to do. I like to murder my people and then I put them in other people's vehicles, ones that they often had relationships with. They're my victims. I'm like, I'm going to kill that person and I'm going to put it in the trunk of their vehicle to make it look like them. I mean, maybe, like, you might be right. These people often have entourages that are pretty large, like hangers on, people there for a good time. You may even say Celeste was originally someone who was a bit of like, a follower. I think when you see these photos of their relationship, it's very hard to sort of say that someone would kill his girlfriend and then put her in the boot just to frame him. I think it's maybe too many bridges to jump, but it could be. Weeb said most likely did pay someone to do it. It would still make him the mastermind or the operator of the murder. It would be a conspiracy charge if they did do that. She was cut up. There's sort of multiple things. When it was first reported, they said that it was only a torso and head. Later on, they sort of went quiet on that and didn't say anymore, but they said she was wearing black tights. How would they know she was wearing black tights if they only had a torso and a head? So it's possible. Maybe that's why they thought it was only a torso and a head, because she was dismembered. Miss Woozy said it was super convenient that he was on tour. Yeah, and it sort of lines up. His first tour date was in early August, and that's how long they sort of think the car had been sort of lying around the suburb. Maybe he dumped her, went on tour, hoping that it would be hidden until he got back, and then he could deal with it when he came off tour. Maybe he thought he was hoping he'd get to Europe and wouldn't come back. He'd be in a foreign country. Woman still said, I think it was a jealous employee of his, possibly. It could be. What would he be jealous over, though? The money and the girls type of thing? You might be right. Let me see. I want to see if we have any others. Wish I could find those photos from earlier. Yeah, let me see if I can find the story that I had from earlier today. No, it's not on this one. It is over here. We'll talk about Travis Deca in a minute. I just want to sort of this story is getting really big now. There is now an exclusive article on the Daily Mail, apparently. They just put it out like 2 minutes ago. Not the greatest source of journalism, but what do they say here? You guys, we can read it. They say the rapper David allegedly was in an underage relationship with the missing teenager whose dismembered body was found decomposing in the trunk of his Tesla, according to sources that have talked to the Daily Mail. They say the remains of Celeste, who was 13 when she was reported missing in early May 2024, were discovered in the front trunk of an impounded car registered to David, real name David Anthony Burke. The vehicle had been abandoned for several days near Doheny Place and Bluebird Avenue in the Hollywood Hills, close to a $20,000 a month 4-bedroom, 4-bathroom home the singer had been renting. Police raided the property on Wednesday evening and were seen hauling evidence bags into an SUV, but declined to confirm if the search was related to either of the people. A date and cause of death for Celeste has not been confirmed. However, officials with the LAPD said the case is being investigated as a homicide, and it appeared the missing teen had been dead for some time, citing severe decomposition. Yeah, that came out pretty early, that the remains that they found in the car were severely decomposed. So the medical examiner will be able to tell based on the environment, the boot, the temperature over a period of time, how long roughly she had been dead. They will be able to tell from the advanced state of decomposition. It could be X amount of days, X amount of weeks. They will be able to narrow it down. They won't be able to narrow it down to a day or a time, but they'll be like rough, like 2 to 3 weeks, that type of thing. So that's what you would be expecting from the medical examiner. Let's see. Yeah, disturbing that they've now confirmed dismembered, and they've also confirmed it is now a homicide investigation. So I don't think they would publish that if they didn't have that from the LAPD. But they are definitely saying homicide investigation now. Let's go here. Nope, that's not it. Here. They say two sources claimed Celeste had been in a relationship with David before she vanished. One claimed their illicit relations were an open secret among her inner circle at her school. There's a photo of Celeste, by the way. Let me see if I can zoom out. There you go. It's a nice photo of her. What else do they say? It's unclear when the alleged relationship began, but one source claimed that Celeste first met David when she was 12 or 13. Her brother Matthew told NBC LA that the family was aware of the alleged relationship. He claimed his sister vanished after going to see a movie with David in May of 2024 and never returned. How come in the missing person posters that came out in May of 2024, he's not listed as the last person to see her? Like his name is not brought up at all in any of those posters from back then. If they knew this information, how come it wasn't relayed to the public at all? Maybe this could have been avoided if someone had done something a year ago. It seems like this information was known. She's a child. She should not be hanging out with a grown man. And yeah, something should have been done in May of 2024, not today, when now we have a dead girl found in a Tesla. It's ridiculous. They're saying Matthew claimed David would frequently pick up his sister in the same Tesla Model Y in which her remains were later discovered. The Daily Mail has reached out to David and his representatives about the ongoing investigation and the claims made by the source, but have not received any response. The LAPD confirmed he is cooperating and has not been charged or accused of any crimes. I think that'll change. They don't raid your house for no reason. Two law enforcement sources that told the LA Times that investigators are trying to determine her movements before her body was found. They are also looking into photos posted online and trying to determine if there is any connection between David and Celeste. I think there is a connection. I think we can all see that. Let's see. Yeah, so that's the update. I don't think it has too much more in here. Is she always sort of hiding in all the photos? Like, look at this photo. She's hiding behind the bag, right? Look at this photo. She's hiding her face. Again, there. Hiding her appearance. It's again here in this one, hiding her appearance in the background. Seems like they both knew whatever was going on was not legal. And yeah, I'm interested in this whole face hiding. What's with the face hiding? I'm trying to see if there's anything else down here. Yeah, apparently the brands Croc and Hollister pulled the performer from their Dream Drop marketing campaigns found on their websites and social media pages after Celeste's remains were found. The campaign only debuted on September 3rd and showcased David modeling Crocs and the Hollister apparel in coordinated pastel looks. The images remain online, but his face has been cropped out of the frame. I think everyone is expecting more to come in the next few days. The fact that everyone's sort of scattering now, everyone's sort of going to ground. Do you see this? Everyone's sort of covering their own asses right now. Record labels are canceling concerts and removing his promotions online. Partner companies are also cropping him out of photos and removing campaigns that cost hundreds of thousands of dollars to do. So everyone's sort of in their cover your ass portion of the investigation right now. Weeb said, pretty sure these photos were took before she went on the run. Still a strange behavior to cover your face like this. Yeah, odd. You know, most young girls, and I know she probably knows it's illegal, but most young girls would want to, want the clout of being with a famous person. They'd be wanting to show all their friends. So, yeah, I would like to know his timeline too, and what his defense will be to any of this. Mum should have put a stop to it. Yeah, it is odd that a 12 or 13-year-old was just allowed to do whatever. Weeb said he showed her to his inner circle fan base and close friends. He thought he was a mastermind in hiding her. Super mastermind in leaving her in a Tesla while you went on tour. Super clever. Super clever. No one's ever going to figure out it's you. We don't even know. Oh, wait. No, we do know. Sorry. What is his age? I don't know. How old is he? He's 20. Born the 28th of March, 2005. So there you go. Mimi said, Shaggy song, it wasn't me. Maybe he'll have that playing in the background of his TikTok, of his next TikTok upload. Maybe that's what he'll do. I don't know. We'll see. Weeb said, sadly, they loved each other. He was absolutely obsessed with her. That's called a crime. You can't be in love with a 13-year-old. You can't be madly obsessed with a 13-year-old. We call them pedophiles and we put them in jails. Like, that's not a thing our society accepts. No matter how famous, no matter how dreamy or, hot or whatever, it's a crime. That's, we every day in court, we have people that come in and we file charges against them, put them up on like national TV about being rock spiders. Like, it's not acceptable. It doesn't matter what Discord you're in, hanging out, and how cool you all think you are. And no, we don't do that. It's not acceptable. Kim said, I saw he was paying people off to lie about her age. That's interesting. Texas says, can you make TikTok videos wearing orange? I don't know if they allow you a phone in prison. We've said, with a freaking child, not sure how. Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying about the thing in 2024. How come nobody did anything then when people knew who she was last seen with? And everyone's just like, it's fine. A 13 or 12 or 13-year-old girl going to the movies with on a date with this guy, and everyone's like, I'm sure he'll bring her home eventually. No one seemed concerned about it. No one was like, there's something wrong here. It's very odd. Hey, I don't, but if you have them, email them to me if you have them here. By the way, good to see all these new people hanging out and talking about this case. Don't let it go away. Make sure you keep talking about it, even in your circles and the people you talk with about this type of crime cases. don't forget about it. Too often, these victims get forgotten about and it gets brushed under the rug. And so I hope you'll all keep talking about her. She deserves justice, right? When we look at these type of cases, do you know what we look at? We look at who is the adult in the situation, and it's David, not her. So I don't want to hear like from people victim blaming her. She's actually too young to make any choices for herself legally. And he is the adult in the situation. So if they were in a relationship, he's the one we all need to go after and blame and things like that. It's him. So we try and get the perpetrator. In the photo, who is asking who's this girl? I think they're in like a Discord. I think they're in a Discord talking about his music and things like that. Yeah, I'll go back. I'll see if I can grab that photo again. Where is it? Yeah, it's this one. It looks like a Discord server, and it looks like a user in the server was that is called Lamp was saying, "Who is this girl?" And David says, "Are you a Fed, buddy? The Feds are the last of your worry right now. You know, they're the last of your worry. The Feds are already on your case. It's everyone else you got to worry about, not the Feds." Yeah, you can give me an Insta account. Yeah, sure. Sure, that's fine. Appreciate it. Thank you. It's very kind of you to put the effort in to send that to me. All right, let me check here. Oh, that's fine. Let me double check something, guys. Guys and girls and octopuses. We might have some octopi watching tonight. I don't want to disclude them from our conversation. Let's see. Yeah, these photos, like here's a person with a handbag in front of their head. Seems totally normal. Totally normal. Handbag in front of the head. Seems like, something that happens every day. All right, let me go up here. What a shame. What a nice young lady. And what a horrific end to her life, really. To end up in a boot of a car in such a awful, an awful ending. You think about if this was your little sister or, your cousin or your niece, and that happened to her, I'm sure everyone would be beside themselves. So it's not very nice. It's really horrific. Let me see if the LA Times or ABC7 put up a new update this evening. No, they're just reporting on the search warrant that happened earlier today. Shush. There we go. Search warrant was executed. A source told the ABC LA that LAPD detectives were seen taking a computer and several other items from the home during that search warrant. The LAPD said this is an ongoing investigation. Investigators are following up on several leads. I think there's just one lead, a big one. Let's see. Yeah, they don't have any LAPD's robbery homicide division is leading the death investigation. The case is not a homicide investigation, but authorities do not know yet how Celeste died. That's interesting. The Daily Mail's reporting that when they spoke to the LAPD, they're now saying it's a homicide investigation. So I would like to know who or why are certain people calling it a death investigation, and then some people are calling it a homicide, because they're very different things. A homicide investigation means you believe there's been deliberately foul play. A death investigation is exactly what it sounds like. It's just an investigation into an unusual death of someone where there's no explanation for their death. So they're very different investigations with the LAPD. All right. Texas says, it looks like a pet carrier on her head. Is that what it is? Like where you put a little dog or something? Beauty for Ashes says, it sounds like he was infatuated, obsessed with her, and she was a minor. Not good ever. It is never good, no. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it is a bit what the F, isn't it? 11 years. Yeah. All right. I think someone sent me that email. I appreciate it. It'll come through in a second, and then I'll check it out for you. It's a designer bag. I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't have a handbag. Jay said, what if she died of a drug overdose, then someone covered it up by way of dismemberment? I would struggle with that. How? Like, you would have a twofold problem, right? One, it's an underage girl, which you have a background with having a relationship. So you're going to get smacked on that either way. Then you make it worse by dumping her body in a car registered to you and going on tour. There's like that, you're compounding your problems. Even if you didn't kill her and she died of a drug overdose, by disposing of her in the manner that you did, you're making your world so much worse. If you had just called the cops and said that she died of a drug overdose, you can deal with the charges in the relationship with her. You can't have a relationship when you're underage. But you're compounding your issues because you've now got two problems. You've got a death investigation where you're the center part of it, and you've got the relationship investigation, which will happen as a result of the other homicide or death investigation. So I don't know why you would do that. You seem very, very silly. Hold on. Okay. Trying not to go to jail for being with her. Well, you're going to go to jail for disposing of a body in this way. I think that would be like, why would you want to give yourself a second charge? Because it'll eventually come back to you. Like, look how much evidence people have been able to dig up online, and they're not even police officers. They don't even have like his computer or his cell phone and things like that. Look how many connecting items they've been able to find just looking online. So you can't scrub your timeline and your digital evidence clean enough to get away with that. Weeb says PDF jail time is way better than the murder charge. Exactly. That's why I'm saying just call the ambulance or the coroner and just tell them that she died and deal with the other thing. They may not even do it. Unfortunately, it sounds very sad, but they may not. Rachel said maybe they might need a cause of death before they classify the type of investigation. That is true. That is what they need. They need a manner of death. So, all right. Yeah, it's pretty awful. All right. Yeah. I need a drink. I'm going to play you just a little another update video from today, and then I'll come back and I'll tell you about the other story for a little bit after this, and then we'll see what I can find on this Instagram account in a minute. Yeah, I'm going to take it out to ABC News. It's only a minute long.
Los Angeles to the body found in the trunk of a Tesla belonging to a well-known singer. The body identified as a teenage girl missing for more than a year. Well, tonight, investigators are now at the home where that singer had been staying, removing several items. And here's Trevor Ault.
Tonight, law enforcement sources say the LAPD spent hours searching the Hollywood Hills home of star singer David after they say the remains of a missing teen girl were found inside the performer's Tesla. Detectives removing multiple items from the home overnight, including a computer. Police say the Tesla had been abandoned not far from there.
It's a little weird to see a car that I haven't seen here for a long time. Had a big dent on it, had a Texas plate on it. So all a little odd.
On Wednesday, the LA medical examiner announced the remains in the Tesla's front trunk belonged to Celeste Rivas. This image confirmed as her by police. She went missing from this Southern California neighborhood more than a year ago when she was just 13. The medical examiner is now trying to determine her cause and time of death, saying Rivas had a tattoo on her right index finger reading "shh." And while that tattoo is not uncommon, photos appear to show David with a similar tattoo on his finger. The singer's not been charged with any crime and has not made any comments so far. Tonight, David's scheduled performance at the Grammy Museum next week has been removed from the site. It comes hours after a Seattle concert was also abruptly canceled.
And law enforcement sources say much of this case hinges on the medical examiner determining a cause of death. But given the state of the body, that is proving to be quite difficult. David.
All right, Trevor Alt tonight. Trevor, thank you.
Ooh, Will, it seems like what.
All right, there you go. A little bit of footage from that search today out of his home. We'll see if they find anything that'll help with their investigation on those computers. You would have to be pretty silly to leave incriminating evidence, but hey, what do we say on this channel? You don't have to be smart to commit crimes. A lot of people who are not very clever commit murder and other crimes. They're saying here, I'll give you this quick update because everyone probably wants to talk about it briefly. They're saying here in the Travis Deca search that they have found remains that are believed to be him, and they're pretty confident. So that is good news in a way. They're saying accused child killer Travis Deca has been found dead in dense wilderness 3 months after he allegedly killed his 3 daughters and went on the run. I think we all figured that was probably going to be the ending here. The body was found in a remote wooded area near Leavenworth, where there have been coordinated efforts to track him down. They say while positive ID has not yet been confirmed, preliminary findings suggest the remains do belong to Travis Deca. So they're saying a DNA analysis will take place shortly. So there you go. If you've been following the Travis Deca investigation and search for him, the manhunt for Travis, that's your update. They finally put an end to that. I figured that's probably what he was going to do. I didn't think he was like stalking his way through the bushland, waiting for the cops to forget about him. I never thought that was going to be what had happened. Yeah. All right. Let's talk about this a little bit more. I don't think there's anything else to add to the Travis Deca thing, to be honest. I think that's all. They found him. Search is over. He took 3 beautiful kids with him, and it's a very awful story all the way around. And the only person that is left behind is his ex-wife and the rest of the family, who now have to pick up the pieces of not having their children and being a national crime that's been in the news every day. Very sad. Jay said, do you reckon those will be the same for Freeman remains or alive still? I don't know. According to some of the information that came out recently, Desi Freeman, who is missing on the run in Victoria, Australia, they were saying that he has a secret hideaway in the bush, and they are saying he might be there, and the cops don't know where it is. They said he wouldn't even tell his family where this secret location was. So he may be hiding out at this place in the wilderness in Victoria. Okay, thanks. I appreciate it. I will read the descriptions. Weeb said, wish this was on national news. It's that defining, in my opinion. I think if someone is arrested, it will go national. I think it will. I think it's been on News Nation. Hold on. I think it is somewhat national. hold on, Celeste. I think it was on News Nation. It's in the Guardian. So it is somewhat national and international. Yeah, it made it to the Guardian. And I think I saw it on News Nation. It's been on BBC in the UK. Yeah, BBC in the UK. And I saw it on it's on Entertainment Tonight, E News. Those are all national. News Nation. Here we go. Yeah, News Nation has been covering it too. They had an update a few hours ago. There you go, News Nation. David's home raided by police looking for blood evidence, according to reports. So yeah, it is somewhat national. I think it's not local, but I think it's starting to get there. The big media machine is starting to get behind it. All right. By the way, I told you Mrs. Ping got the Cinnabon for her birthday, so we decided just to order it and I'll deal with the refund later. You're not going to believe this. So she ordered what we got from DoorDash, same thing. They double charged her. So it's supposed to be $25. They charged her $50. So now she has to go back and ask them for a refund. What is going on today with Cinnabon? Weeb said, that's great. I read the articles for any minute details that may be present. Social media solving another case once again. Yeah. We'll hopefully, I reckon we're going to, again, I really don't think they want him to leave the country. I think that would be a major mistake. If you think he is your prime suspect, letting him cross a international border and get into Europe, I don't think that is something they want to happen. Miss Woozy said, get your shit together. Yeah. It's a pity what's happening to David, but it hurts, man. People make their own choices in life, and they are the ones responsible for it. As much as it sucks if you like his music or you think he's very talented, both things can be true at the same time. Someone can be very talented, but also make very stupid decisions, which unfortunately I think this guy has shown a penchant for doing that. I think he's shown much poor decision making from the outset. Yeah, I'm just trying to see if we have any new updates for it. Yeah, I'm just trying to see if anyone's put anything else we really need to see. So this is odd. Someone posted this too. Popular artist David giving kids over $1,000 to keep a secret, and it involves a minor. So it sounds like some kids caught on or saw him with Celeste, and he tried to bribe them. This is a very tangled web of awful stuff. I haven't. If you posted it in the chat, it'll get blocked. It won't come up in the chat. So links in the chat don't work. So that's what happens, unfortunately. YouTube doesn't allow people who are not the owner of the channel or the moderators to post links, unfortunately. So, but if you want to email it, that's fine. Then I'll be able to get it. Yeah, so that's pretty gross. Pretty gross. Walking around paying off children because you're with a minor. Yeah, what's going on? Celeste's brother has also posted. His name is Matt. He says, "Why the F are people lying saying that I know more? I didn't. So I don't know why the F peoples are lying, trying to make me look bad. Celeste did nothing but love me. I was one of the only few people she loved, bro. I never knew information about anything up until the last time she left." Well, who knew that she was with David back in March of 2024? And is that not enough information to act on at the time? That's what I would like to know. Miss Woozy said there's other photos showing him basically giving them the money. Yeah, that's strange. Odd. All right, let me check the messages up here. Let me see if you posted it. Just trying to see. Yeah, I don't see it in my chat, but we'll see. Texas wrote on and said he has a song called Romantic Homicide. I think that might be the photos they were posting earlier today on the Daily Mail, where they're all like bloodied and it looks like a crime scene. I wish that article was still up so I could show it to you. I'll scroll down. I'll see if it is still around or not. Let's see. I don't see it. Oh, it's a shame because I think it might be from that particular video. No. Okay. They don't have it, unfortunately. Let me check one other thing here for you. They're saying it's actually getting a lot of play in Spanish-speaking publications too. That's good news. Not everyone speaks English as a first language, so I like that they're trying to get it around into other media too. Hey, thanks to the person in the chat. I appreciate it. Let me see. Okay, interesting. Let me see if I can put this up. Yeah, let's go here. Thanks for the photos. Celeste face reveal. Okay, so they were posting in private some of these photos of her. How gross. Let's save this. Here we go. Let's see what else we have here. Okay. Sorry, it takes a minute to get these off. Exile's funeral. Last time me and Celeste called, she was drunk and spam calling David. They have matching tattoos from when they dated. David used to have pictures of her up on his Instagram, but after they broke up, he took them off. Only thing throwing me off is the age, but I'm just going to assume she lied about her age to everyone in our friend group back then because they did date, and then 2 days after that call with me and her, she deleted her whole account. Pictures too also looks just like her. No way is there another Hispanic Celeste with the same curls, same face. Doesn't make sense. So I think a lot of people were putting it together that it was this particular person. I think they were trying to narrow it down in the early stages of the investigation. Hold on, guys. Okay. All right, that's okay. All right, let me show you this other one here that the user in the chat sent in. Thanks for sending these in. These are interesting for background. What do they say here? Okay. Message unavailable. They're showing that they deleted all the messages. Trying to cover their tracks, maybe. All right, let's see this one. Sorry, I have to download these all separately, unfortunately. Okay, so yeah, deleted. Looks like they deleted, trying to backtrack and scrub everything clean. All right, what else do we have? So that's her profile, Celeste1294 within that Discord chat. And yeah, there you go. So they're just trying to pin it back onto her. Sounds like she was in there for a lot of time. So a lot of people put it together pretty quick that it was her. Rachel said, thanks for doing all this, Ping. We appreciate how much you care about the victims. I do. I appreciate you guys for watching and supporting the channel. Gail said, is it Mrs. P's birthday? It is. It is her birthday. Yes. Hold on, what's she saying? She's saying that they sorted out the Cinnabon issue. So it's all good. All good, my friends. She wants me to do this for her, and then we'll keep going. Okay. Okay. Done. Done and done. For Mrs. P. Yep. Okay. Yeah, everyone's saying happy birthday to her. I'm surprised that she's even here to celebrate a birthday after the 2 massive multiple-hour surgeries that she went through earlier this year and the 2 months in hospital that she had to spend over the winter. I mean, the fact that she's even here right now is a miracle. I think there was times back then that we were really unsure whether she would actually make it through that horrible stretch of health. So asking anyone to go through 2 surgeries back to back within a week of each other, and the first one was an 8-hour operation, the second one was a 5-hour operation. It was brutal, but she's doing a lot better. She can eat again. She's able to she's put on a little bit of weight, even though she would hate me for saying that, but she doesn't look like a Holocaust victim anymore, unfortunately. I mean, unfortunately? No. She doesn't look like someone that is in like a, incarceration camp anymore, which she did when she was very ill. So the fact that she made it to this birthday is a miracle. Sean said, I had a cheesecake for my birthday. You did? She might have cheesecake too. Happy birthday to you, Sean, and your cheesecake. Texas Roadrunner said, Cinnabon are always yummy birthday candles. She got the extra icing because she wanted extra icing. Let me see what this is. Yeah. I'm just trying to see if this nice person who sent in this information about Celeste. So yeah, it sort of just shows their background in that Discord in with Celeste. Thanks for sending that in. I appreciate it. Yeah, happy birthday, Sean. Eat all the cheesecake, all of it. Cheesecake is not calories. It doesn't put on any weight. It's a miracle food. Everyone should eat it. All right, let's go up here. What time is it? 4:06. All right, it's very early in the morning, but not for the West Coast. If you're on the West Coast, it's only just about 1 a.m. Let's have a look. All right, that doesn't help us at all. So someone actually found their car. Here, let me try and show you. Someone has a photo of it when it was abandoned. Yeah. I'm going to pause the music. So someone has, this is before it got towed. Before this thing got towed, someone found it in that location, knew it was his car. There's that dent. They were talking about this large dent in the vehicle. It's right there onto that mirror, or at least one of the dents. What's creepy was she inside this thing at this point? How awful. There you go. Let's zoom it back a little bit. There is a dent there, I think. That's very sad if this is actually the time, and that's that front boot right there where they found her. Horrible. If she was in there at that time, that's really gross. Yeah, there we go. Very, very yuck. Jay says vitamin C for cheesecake. There you go. Hey Trey, good to see you. 1 a.m. Central Time right now. Danny says, I live 10 miles from Lake Elsinore. Remember this last year when missing? Said she was dismembered in the boot. Remember this last year? Oh, you're talking about a case from last year where there was someone else that was dismembered in a boot near Lake Elsinore. I remember the name of the area. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. I think there was a case here out there last year, but I don't remember what it was about. I remember we were talking about that that area. Yeah, I can't find it because everything's flooding the media with this particular case for Celeste. But yes, I do remember that there was another case out there last year. Wendy said they found her in the car because of the smell. That's horrific. Imagine you're walking past a car and what you notice about it is the stench of decomposition. That's what I mean when they said she was severely decomposed. To break through the barrier, those boots are waterproof. So they've got a lining around it that seals the boot, or the trunk, as you say in America. For the smell to emanate and break out of that seal, it must have been pretty severe. It's pretty horrific. The wife in the rental, is that the right one? No, that was in New York. That was over on the East Coast where the wife was found in the boot of the rental car. Sean said, my poor friend Rachel was found in a burnt out car boot. I know that case. I do know. I think we've done it on this channel. Let's see. Purple cheesecake? I don't know if we're gonna have purple cheesecake. I don't think I've ever seen a purple cheesecake before. Sean Sean says, "Allow me to get the cake." Thank you, Sean. I appreciate it. I will tell Mrs. Ping that her Cinnabon is from you. I will tell her when she gets back. Oh yeah, by the way, yes, hit the like button, please, and hit that subscribe button. Sean says, "Yes, help my channel grow. I would appreciate it." For people who are new here, we do this type of thing quite frequently, and other times we actually do live trials from the courtroom. So we do a little bit of court things from the Supreme Court, live court cases, and then sometimes we do this type of true crime. So there you go. Two different sides of Nights with Ping. Hold on. There we go. Sorry, I was losing my voice. Gail said, "My son wanted you to cover a missing woman last week, but they found it in the woods gone." Really? Oh, that's very sad. Is that the one you sent me? That girl? Or is it a different one? Let me see. Must have been a different one. Oh, in Australia? Oh, okay. A missing girl. So she died? I didn't see that in the media here. You'll have to send it to me again. I don't remember seeing a missing female that was found dead down here. All right, let me check one more time. I want to see if we've missed anything about Celeste at all. We've checked out some of the videos, some of the inside of from the Discord. I appreciate people sending that in. It's very kind of you. Helps get a more rounder picture of what was going on. And we've checked out some of the search warrant that happened today. Anything else in the background here? We checked out the GoFundMe from the family. We've seen that video where apparently he is offering children money to be quiet about the relationship, which is disgusting, really. Let me check one here. Oh, this isn't. We have to do this one. Apparently, Celeste at her school, the teacher, is talking about David being at the school. Hold on. Let's watch it together.
Hold up. That's her in my classroom in front of this poster right here. Okay, hold up. I got another one because I got a picture on TMZ of this other kid exchanging stuff with the rapper who we alleged did this stuff. Hold on a second, because he's also in my classroom. How long ago? We all just found out yesterday who it was, but she's been missing since I taught her. So when I taught her, she met this dude on social media. He was a rapper in LA. He came and got her. She ran away from home. She was gone for like a month. The cops found her in Hollywood, brought her back to our school. She came back to our school, kind of told people this story. She disappeared again in May of that year, May of 2024. That's when her friends told me what happened, that it was this rapper, that they were like blackmailing him, all of this stuff. And then I found out yesterday that she's now dead in that rapper's car, cut into pieces. You want to know how they met? I feel like I just said it. Social media. Let me tell you another story. Another story.
That guy, that teacher, is far too happy telling that story about a student of his who died. Far too happy. He sounds so excited to be a part of like breaking news. I have broken national and worldwide news on this channel. Literally breaking news, and I've not been that excited. He seems far too giddy about one of his students dying. I think we have to watch that again. I want to hear him again. Let's watch again.
Hold up. That's her in my classroom in front of this poster right here. Okay, hold up. I got another one because I got a picture on TMZ of this other kid exchanging stuff with the rapper who we alleged did this stuff. Hold on a second, because he's also in my classroom.
How long ago was
We all just found out yesterday who it was, but she's been missing since I taught her. So when I taught her, she met this dude on social media. He was a rapper in LA. He came and got her. She ran away from home. She was gone for like a month. The cops found her in Hollywood, brought her back.
Where's the mandatory reporting? Why is he like, yeah, so we had a rapper. He came and got a girl from our school, and we were like, you go and F that bitch. We like that. We like when our students get, sexualized at 12. We like it. That's what we stand for at this school. We love it. That's very strange. That's a very strange way of communicating such a sad topic to the children in your class. You are talking as if Kim Kardashian got married again, and it's the talk of E! News this afternoon. Not about a girl who has been killed and was possibly groomed and SA'd and was found in the boot of a Tesla that was owned by the person who groomed her. There are better ways to use your communication skills than this. That is wrong on many levels.
Back to our school. She came back to our school, kind of told people this story. She disappeared again in May of that year, May of 2024. That's when her friends told me what happened, that it was this rapper, that they were like blackmailing him, all of this stuff. And then I found out yesterday that she's now dead in that rapper's car, cut into pieces. You want to know how they met? I feel like I just said it. Social media. Let me tell you another story.
I would probably not trust my children with him. Gayla said, can you turn up the volume? Unfortunately, that was the loudest. I don't know if you guys can see it on your screen, but I can try again. Hold on.
Hold up. That's her in my classroom in front of this poster right here. Okay, hold up. I got another one because I got a picture on TMZ of this other kid exchanging stuff with the rapper who we alleged did this stuff. Hold on a second, because he's also in my classroom.
How long ago was
We all just found out yesterday who it was, but she's been missing since I taught her. So when I taught her, she met this dude on social media. He was a rapper in LA. He came and got her. She ran away from home. She was gone for like a month. The cops found her in Hollywood, brought her back to our school. She came back to our school, kind of told people this story. She disappeared again in May of that year, May of 2024. That's when her friends told me what happened, that it was this rapper, that they were like blackmailing him, all of this stuff. And then I found out yesterday that she's now dead in that rapper's car, cut into pieces. You want to know how they met? I feel like I just said it. Social media.
I don't know if I would trust my children with this guy. He's so blasé about talking about someone who's gone through a very horrible death. He's also a mandatory reporter. He's supposed to be reporting this stuff to the police. He's supposed to be doing that and protecting his students. You guys can't hear. I don't know why. We unfortunately had to remove our old volume booster. We used to have another one that worked really well for the live stream. Unfortunately, that one ended up becoming like a defunct extension on Chrome, and someone had taken it over and was using it for like malware, and they were using it to do something with links, and it was basically creating money for them, some sort of like link redirection or something, where they were sort of botting people's computers, turning them into slaves and making money through their connection or something. So it basically turned into like a virus. I had to get rid of it, and we got this new one, but it seems to only maybe work for my side. The other one used to work for both. So if I turned it up, you guys got a boost in volume. But it seems this one may only work for my audio, because when I turned it up, it was really loud. So I'm sorry that you guys can't hear it, but what I'll do is I'll give you the link to the person who posted it. And the person who posted it is called This Wet Socks on Twitter. Good work to them for posting it. Here's their tweet in the chat, so you guys can listen to it on your headphones. Kaliza said, does not one person have any care or empathy for this girl? I know, right? It seems like everyone thinks it's more fun and games to talk about her as if she's a friggin' Pokemon than to actually treat her like what she is, which is a child who has been abused. That's the way we should be framing this. A child who was let down by a lot of people surrounding her, and then someone like David has abused her, taken advantage of her, and somehow that has led to her gruesome death. That's how you frame that conversation. Chipmunk said, sad the conversations that go in classrooms now. I saw a mother who was sending her kid to school with a protective shield. Crazy, isn't it? Mental. Hey, Nick, how are you, my friend? Haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you, my friend. High five to you. All right. It's late out there. Wendy says, I personally don't like this. I don't like it either. Jay said, well, if he's sharing this, I sure hope he has a paperwork trail to prove he had shared the info at the time. I agree. Hey, Dominique, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. Good to see all of you. All right. We're done for tonight. I'm going to get out of here. If something goes breaking news, if there's an arrest made, I will come back tonight and I'll hang out with you and bring you more breaking news on the subject. But hey, I want to thank Sean. I want to thank my friend who does not want to be named. Those two people are very kind, and I will pass on your birthday wishes to Mrs. Ping and to Sean in the chat as well. If you want to support this channel, you can find the links underneath the video or in the live chat. I would appreciate it. We spend almost every day on here, and yeah, we do a lot to bring you the breaking news of true crime and criminal cases. So I would appreciate it. Jay said, thanks, Ping and the community. Thank you. You were listening in the background. It's good to see you again. I'll be back tomorrow. Yes, I will tell her happy birthday. If you can't do that, if you can't use the links, I understand we're in a cost of living thing right now. But what you can do, hit that thumbs up and click the subscribe button. That would really help me out a lot. So I will see you tomorrow. Let's all stay safe out there. Yeah, stay safe, Sean. And thank you, Jay. I appreciate the super chat. It's very kind. Here, high five to you. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. I appreciate it, my friend. I'll see you tomorrow. We'll do more true crime. Hopefully a good update in Celeste's investigation tomorrow. It's been moving a little quicker over the last 2 days. So hopefully something happens before he leaves California at the end of the weekend. Nick says, Mrs. Ping's birthday. Yes, I will let her know, Nick. Thank you. Very kind. All right, let's get out of here. I love you guys. Have a great night. Be safe out there. And try and be respectful of victims. I think that's something that's lacking nowadays. A lot of people just don't, they act like this guy in the tweet. Now, that's not showing respect for victims, and they are the ones who need our help, not the perpetrator. I'll see you tomorrow. Let's get out of here. Good night, everyone. Bye.